Welcome back, Road Trip Nation. I am Andrew Deep, and I have traveled all the way to Los Angeles to meet a very special guest, a DreamWorks animator.
So my name is Alexis Wanneroy, and welcome to DreamWorks Animation. It's a nice studio, isn't it? So I'm going to look at you. Okay, so it's not somebody, because when I was young I didn't know the artist behind the scene, but it's pretty much all the Disney movies like Aristocat, 101 Dalmatians, Robin Hood. I love the, what's the name in English? The Black Cauldron one that I used to love. So yeah, all those movies what influenced me to want to do animation, basically. Like basically Disney movies. Because I love animation. When I was in school, like high school, I was just drawing all the time on my notebooks, always drawing. So I wasn't very good at math, very good at anything. So the only thing I was good at was drawing. So basically I started to look around what I could do with my drawings, and animation was the path for me. I love to make character moves, and so that became like an addiction. So I animated on, I started at DreamWorks on Flushed Away, which is Little Rats. It was a co-production with Artman. Then I went on to B-Movie. After that, I worked on Kung Fu Panda 1, which was an amazing experience with a lot of friends, and we tried to make something different. To me, Panda 1 is one of the best movies done by DreamWorks. And after that, I went on to the best movie done by DreamWorks, which was How to Train Your Dragon 1. And this was directed by Chris and Dean, and it was an amazing experience. New characters, new world, dragons flying and stuff like that. After that, I became a character lead for Tooth Fairy. Also, I was on Rise of the Guardians, and I worked on that for 3 years. I did a lot of pre-production. After Rise of the Guardians, I was for another 3 years on a movie called Boo, which has been cancelled, so all the work I cannot show. And then I was on Kung Fu Panda 3, and right now I'm on Larrikins, which is a musical in Australia. It's about animals, things. It's a rock and roll movie type of thing, and it's directed by Tim Minchin, which is Australian Broadway artist. It's very good. So I did a school in French. It's called Gobelin. It's a 3-year school. It's free. The only thing is there's 900 people. There's 900 people applying for it, and only 30 people per year that gets chosen. So it's very hard to get in. You have to already draw very well and already know animation before you get there. If you're in California, you can go to CalArts. That's like $45,000 per year, I think, something like that. So that's the difference between the two. You can get in, but you have to pay. Or you can also, now there's a lot of animation online school, like iAnimate, Anim School, Animation Mentor. So those are like different workshops where you learn about animation, you learn a little more about the body mechanics, then you go more into details, then you go into acting, etc. So it's a whole courses that develop your animation skill. I'm actually doing one of the class in iAnimate in those school, and I think it's very good because you're in relation with people that are in the industry, like me, that works at DreamWorks for 11 years, and that can teach you how I work, how do I move a character, what control do I use, what workflow do I use, things like that. Like, it's very specific towards animation, but I think it's one of the other perks of not having to pay the whole college thing. I think it's around 2,000 for 11 weeks, so it's not as expensive. Is when I learn. Yeah, basically the favorite part in all the time that I was in my career, like on How to Train Your Dragon 1, is because I learned so much in terms of animation, like from my supervisor. He was teaching me a lot. Then on Rise of the Guardians 2, I learned a lot about realism, about little things in the face, and I love that. Like right now in Larrikins, I'm learning a lot on poses and on trying to make things more clear. And whenever you learn something about your craft is what makes you like, what was the question?
Like your favorite part?
Yeah, that's that's basically my favorite part. Is whenever I can learn something and make me grow as an animator is what's important and what I love about this. Having to redo my shots over and over again. That's everybody in the animation is going to say. Basically what you do in the movie is you do a blocking. It's a very simple stage of how you're going to show your shot as an animator. You're an actor. Basically you're trying to act for the director who wants, let's say he wants a character to say hello in a certain way. So what you're going to do is trying to do a few poses as little as you can so you can understand how you want to say hello to the audience. When he's going to see that, he's going to say, hey, actually the hello, I want it to be a little bit more happy and less witty, something like that. So you're going to have to go back to your desk and change that. Well, then you show again, but you go a little bit further, trying to make more in between, like more refine more your animation. And then he's going to look at it, he's like, the happy maybe could have just a bit of smirkiness to it and something like that. So all this, the redoing and redoing and redoing is what I like the least about it. So I do documentaries on the side, like I love to find people that are different and I love to film them and trying to make, like, I love composition, I love camera, I love creating an image that looks beautiful basically. So I like to do documentaries, little artsy documentaries. I also like to spend time with my family and on the weekends and just go to the aquarium or things like that, just spend time with my kids and play. I love to race cars as well. I don't know. Focusing on details. Like most of the students that I have, they just focus on little details in your animation instead of focusing on the big picture, trying to find a funny story, trying to find what is not working in your character. And most of the people are going to be like, oh, but my knee is kind of popping or my arm is not very stable, when the character is moving in a very weird way without having no intent behind it. So to me that would be first focusing on the big picture, have a good idea, have a good reference, and then trying to go with the global thing more than the details.
So
also trying to be too complicated from the beginning. Try things very easy, like juggling a ball, hammering a nail, an arm overlap, things like that, instead of going for a full run with like cameras and things like that. Work on your animation every day. Yeah, if you want to animate, you just have to work every day. Like on animation, you have to. It's a craft. It's like if you want to become a tennisman and one of the best in the world, you have to play tennis every day. It's the same for animation. If you want to come to Disney or DreamWorks, you're going to be one of the best in the world. You have to animate every day, every day, every day.
That's the last question. The
interview
interview
is
is finished.
Cool.
Hello, this is Andrew Deep. I hope you enjoyed the interview. I'd like to thank Alexis for having me. If you have free time, please visit his website. He makes great documentaries and animation.